Okay, this video will cover the 3 investment problems. Number 33, you'll want to refer to your worksheet. In these difficult financial times, Doris borrowed some money for 1 year from one bank, and the interest charge was $1,500. She borrowed that same amount of money from a short-term loan company for 1 year, and the interest charged was $2,000. So we have two different things to look at. First thing I would do is go ahead and the interest charged by the bank is 5% less than that charged by the short-term loan company. So X equals the percent from short-term loan, and if the bank is 5% less than that, that would be X minus 5 for the percent at the bank. You could have also said that the X was the bank and then the short-term loan would be X plus 5, so long as they differ by 5 and that the short-term loan is the higher amount. Okay, so now what we want to find is, okay, here's the interest from the short-term loan, here's the interest from the bank. Set it up using the formula I equals PRT. So the bank, for 1 year, it's always going to be 1 year in these problems, the interest charge was $1,500. So $1,500 equals P we don't know. R we're saying for the bank is going to be X minus 5 and the time is 1. For the short-term loan, the interest charge was $2,000. So 2,000 equals P. The interest for the short-term loan is X and the time is 1. Since the amount of money is the same, we solve for P. So we're going to divide by X here, and P equals 2,000 over X. Here we'll divide by X minus 5, and P equals 1,500 divided by X minus 5. Since P is the same, we can set these two values equal to each other. So that's our equation. So I'm going to get 2,000 over X equals 1,500 over X minus 5. So now we want to solve that. You'll notice that it's also a proportion, and cross multiply, you get 2,000 X minus 10,000 equals X times 1,500 is 1,500 X. We have variables on both sides, so we'll bring the 2,000x over. So negative 10,000 equals negative 500x. Divide by negative 500. And x equals 20. So now go back and answer the question. Well, the short-term loan charges 20%, wow, and the bank charges 20 minus 5, or 15%. Pretty high, nonetheless. Okay, here's another one. Number 34. Bill Gates invested the same amount of money for 1 year in 2 different ventures. The interest earned by the first venture was $675,000. The interest earned by the second was $900,000. The interest rate of the second is 1.5% more than the first. So I'm going to say the first venture is going to be X, and the second interest rate, we're talking about the percent, is going to be X plus 1.5. Okay, so now let's set this up. First, second. Again, we're going to use the idea that I equals PRT. So for the first venture, the interest earned was $675,000. PR, we said, was going to be X, and T is 1. The second venture, the interest earned is $900,000. P, the R this time is X plus 1.5, and it's still 1 year. Since we have the same amount of money, what we're going to do is divide to solve for P, and this gives you 675,000 over X, and here divide by X plus 1.5, and you get P equals 900,000 over x plus 1.5. Since these are the same, we want to set these two equal to each other. Okay, so our equation to solve is 675,000 over x equals 900,000 over x plus 1.5. Cross multiply and solve, and you're going to get 900,000 x equals 675,000 x plus 1,012,500. Okay, so we want to solve this, so we are going to subtract 675,000 x from both sides. And that's 225,000 x equals 1,012,500. Divide through by 225,000, and x equals 4.5. Go back and answer the question. It said find the rate paid by each, so the first venture is 4.5%, and the second venture is 4.5 plus 1.5, which is 6%. Alright, here's our last problem, another investment problem. The amount of money invested for 1 year in a pet grooming business will earn $16.20. At a bank, that same amount of money will only earn $450 because the interest paid by the bank is 6.5% less than that paid by the pet grooming business. Find the rate of interest. So if we say that x equals the pet grooming business, then since the interest paid by the bank is 6.5% less than that, we would say x minus 6.5 for the interest for the bank. Alright, so set this up. Again, pet grooming, bank. So the pet grooming business earned $1,620. Principal is what we don't know. It's the same amount of money. And x was what we decided the rate was going to be, and again it's still 1 year. Okay, so we're going to solve for p, so you get p equals 1620 over x. The bank earned $450 and p is the same. The interest for the bank was 6.5% less, so it's going to be x minus 6.5, and the time is still 1 year. So divide by x minus 6.5, and you see that p equals 450 divided by x minus 6.5. Remember, principles are the same, so set those two equations equal to each other, and you get 1620 over x equals 450 over x minus 6.5. Another proportion, cross multiply and solve. So 1620 times x minus 6.5 gives you 1620x minus 10,530. And x times 450 is 450x. Okay, you want to bring variables over together, so subtract 1620x. Negative 10,530 is going to be equal to negative 1,170x. Divide by negative 1170, and x equals, well, notice a negative divided by a negative is going to be a positive, so x equals 9. Answer the question, find the rate of interest paid by each investment, so x represents the pet grooming business, so it's 9%, and the bank is going to be 9 minus 6.5, which is 2.5% interest. Okay, and that completes your review.